3 miles per hour in Durham. So those winds are really cranking right now, and they'll continue to build throughout the day. So again, we're in the mix now with the showers and storms associated with Helene, and this is going to continue for us through the afternoon hours today. So once we have more warnings to come, we will continue to keep you updated. But we have a crew spread all across, not just here in Central North Carolina, but across the state as well. And they are tracking everything. John and Barbara, we're going to send it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephen Quaylen. We appreciate it. And we are tracking the conditions across the viewing area.
We have our crews, as was said, all throughout the viewing area, checking on the conditions. Let's go to Jamise Price. She is in Breaking News 1 on the 440 Beltline in Raleigh. Jamise, what are you seeing out there?
Good morning, John. We are coming up on the Western Boulevard exit right now, and we have a lot of rain. You know, we've been talking about it all morning, and here it is. So we are seeing a lot of rain coming down. Not a lot of traffic here on the roads. Now, I want to take your attention to a situation in Raleigh on Wake Forest Road, just off of Wake Forest Road, where we had a tree come down, uprooted. And, you know, we've been talking about it. Quaylen just mentioned just on the ground being so saturated from all the rain over the last few days. And now what we're getting at this moment, and that tree just came down on top of an apartment building there, treetop apartments on Steinbeck Road. And so it really damaged the roof of that apartment. There was blue tarp on top of the apartment there. And then when you get towards the steps, you could also see a lot of the damage. There was a car parked out in front, also damaged. The windshield busted out with a lot of debris as well. And then you had the crews coming in, doing their best to clear all of the tree limbs, the branches. Of course, they don't want that out as we are dealing with more storms, more wind, and all of that could just be dangerous as well. And just all of the debris could also cause some issues when we're talking about flooding as well. So we did already experience one tree down in this area of the Wake Forest Road area in Raleigh. So we anticipate seeing more, just with the ground being saturated. As Quaylen and Steve mentioned, you don't need a lot of or extreme wind force to see those trees coming down, just because of the ground being saturated at this point. But right now, you are looking at a live look of the Beltline, and you can see this rain coming down. You can see those windshield wipers really working here. So, of course, we're going to keep you updated on all the things that we are seeing throughout the Wake County area and keep you updated. Barbara and John?
All right. Thank you, Jamise Price, live in Breaking News 1. Let's go from the Beltline to Capitol Boulevard.
Elena Athens joins us live from that location. Elena, what are you seeing?
Yeah, we are starting to traverse around the triangle, and things so far looking good on this main thoroughfare. So let's take you outside. Live look at Capitol Boulevard. We are approaching the ramps where you can hop on to 440, the Beltline. Things looking okay right now as this rain does come down. We are seeing a lot of drivers using a good deal of precaution. They are slowing down a bit. Traffic here is really only flowing about 30 miles per hour. So they're dropping their speed as they're trying to traverse through this rain. I will say on some of the side streets, we are seeing some ponding in areas, so that is something to certainly be aware of as you're heading out of your home this morning, as you're making your way to some of these main roadways, highways, as you're trying to get around on this Friday. So we're going to continue traveling along Capitol Boulevard. We're going to make our way to North Wake County, and we'll update you as we go on. We're live in Breaking News 1. Elena Athens, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Elena. 9:45, we're coming back to you because now we have a new tornado warning for Western Chatham County. This one goes until 10:15. It includes Siler City and the Staley area. So if you are in Western Chatham County around Siler City or Staley, please go ahead and head into your safe places. Right now, this warning goes until 10:15. It's essentially along the same flank of that line of squall line weather that we've been watching since the last 30 to 45 minutes, essentially. So again, this is what we're tracking right now. For more information, we have the movement on this moving to the north generally. It's probably moving at around 50 plus miles per hour yet again. So here we are. Let's see, moving north at 55. radar indicated, of course, and it's moving 8 miles southwest of Goldston right now, a city we've been mentioning for the last 25 minutes or so. It's about 12 miles north of Carthage, moving north at 55 miles per hour. So those of you around Western Moore County in Siler City and Staley, let's go ahead and move into our safe places. As I put a lapse on the radar here, you can see the movement, and this is generally off to the northeast once again. So that movement to the north, I'm kind of, looking at that just a bit with a little question mark here, because this squall line is clearly moving off to the north and east. We want to zoom down a bit to get an idea of where the best rotation is showing up with this part of the squall line, and we will get that here. Let's save this and let's zoom in, and we'll zoom in here a little bit more. And they're not showing anything too impressive right now. Looks like those winds, though, are gusting certainly around 50 plus miles per hour. Let's query this a bit and see what we have. Yep, 54 miles per hour there. So this is the deal. We have a squall line that's moving at 55. We have winds within that circulation potentially of 50 plus miles per hour. So this could be something that causes a lot of damage. Those of you around the Siler City area should be heading into your safe places now. We certainly, of course, have some gustier winds to the south. And this is where I'm seeing the best rotation, actually, on the county line of Moore and Chatham counties, and that's pretty disruptive right here. Looks like 58 plus miles per hour with that circulation that we're seeing around the Chatham-Moore County line. So once again, if you are in western Chatham County, let's go ahead and move into our safe places. Best rotation is showing up here around the county line near Highway 40, State Highway 42, around the Glendon area, just off to the north of McConnell. That's where we have the best rotation showing up, but this is going to be tracking off to the north and east. So those of you around Goldston, if you're around Highway 421, I'm going to lapse this so you can get an idea of the movement. And again, it's off to the north and east. So what I want to do now is put a tracker on here and take it out 55 miles per hour, because that's how fast it's moving. And that will put it into, again, Goldston around 10 o'clock this morning, into Pittsburgh closer to 10:21, and towards White Cross around 10:30, into Chapel Hill potentially 10:45. This is the same area we've been watching for the last, 30, 45 minutes, the same area of that main squall line that's working through right now. So this is going to be problematic, I think, for another few hours as it moves off to the north. Meteorologist Quaylin Murphy, it's 9:48 on this Friday, along with meteorologist Steve Stewart. We're doing team coverage today on this first alert day as we monitor the impacts from Helene, and we've seen some really impressive signatures so far with a system that's been really strong, really powerful, really big in size.
And fast.
Yeah.
You got the scope is huge, and the forward speed is really impressive. The fact that it's already out towards our mountains. On weather 8, let me just show you that. You can see where Helene is pushed all the way up now. The center of circulation looks to be pushing across the South Carolina, North Carolina line there, just off to the south and west of Asheville. Our concern is this basically band, one narrow band, but in that there's a lot of rotation potential, and the parameters that we look for severe weather are incredibly high for that. That's why SPC has put a level 3 risk. We don't get level 3 risk that often, and typically we do get a lot of spin-ups, and that it does include all the way over towards, say, Wayne County, into Goldsboro, and into Wilson, too, for that level 3, and everyone else is at a level 2 risk. Again, this is elevated for us, to say the least, and I do want to show you where Quaylin was talking about our tornado warning. There's some other warnings that are coming in off from the south and the east, and they're going to be rotating up, basically like these cells here. We're going to watch as they're going to be coming up into these general vicinities to see if they can indeed hold together. The rotation that Quaylin was talking about with this one, again, kind of hard to find, and that's not uncommon with these fast movers. So we're just going to say basically in the southern part there of Chatham County, it's likely got some sort of rotation, and if not, it's a straight line wind. Either way, there's a potential for some damage here, enough damage to really uproot some trees, because the saturated ground that we're dealing with, it does not take a lot with saturated ground to get some trees to be going down. And we, especially for some shallow roots systems, really susceptible. But once these trees start to go down, then we're going to be dealing with significant power outages. These are the wind gusts west so far, and you can see in Southern Pines and Fayetteville over 40 miles an hour with stronger winds to the south, and that is going to be pushing to the north as we go through the next few hours. That's the reason we have this wind advisory in effect right now, and still bands of heavy rain on top of saturated soil is going to cause some flooding concerns as well. And as Quayla mentioned, we do have the watch that stays in effect all the way until 6 p.m. It might be allowed to be whittled away sooner than that because this band is moving so fast. And let me give you an idea what some of the high resolution data is suggesting. As we take to midday, you see the bands moving across the triangle, and then starts to break up a little bit with some individual cells, which still could have some rotation at around 4 or 5 o'clock or so. And then once we get later in the evening, things will quiet down and the severe risk will be coming to an end. But for now, we have one warning that is in effect right at this point. And that does include for Chatham County, you can see that until 10:15. And again, radar indicator, we haven't had any reports. I haven't read anything here that we actually see a funnel or anything like that. But definitely been dealing with the potential of this tornado. And a new scan has come in, and I'm not seeing a tight couplet there. There's some broad rotation, generally speaking, in this vicinity. So with that broad rotation, we could easily have a tornado. Again, the parameters we've been looking at, Quaylen, are just, quite high for us to be dealing with tornadoes. That's why SPC elevated our risk even higher.
Yeah, in addition to that, of course, we're tracking the concern for locally heavy rainfall with this squall line moving through. That being said, the Weather Service just issued a flood advisory, and this is for Alamance, Chatham, Cumberland, Harnett County, Hoke, Lee down to Moore County, and to Scotland, too. And essentially, this is along that squall line here, so there's a chance for flooding to happen pretty quickly today. This flood advisory is until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Let's take a look at some of the rainfall that we've seen so far. Those rates, first of all, are very high around the area. Some of those rainfall rates toppling over 1.5 inches, maybe as high as 2 to 3 in some spots, too. But rainfall so far in some of these areas, over 1 to 2 inches in spots, and we're going to keep adding on to this. It's nearly 3 inches of rainfall for portions of more counties. So rainfall is a concern in the short term. We also have the concern, of course, for isolated tornadoes, and you can see the wet conditions out there on some of the roadways, too. We are interrupting your program today with full-on coverage for Tropical Storm Helene and the impacts it continues to bring. And right now, we do still have a tornado warning for portions of Chatham County now, this until 10:15 this morning.
Yeah, I got a sister in Florida. She's in Crestview. She said something about if it don't hit like west of her or something, she said she'd be good, but I haven't talked to her today. But hopefully she is all right. Hopefully she is protected. That's one thing about staying in Florida, boy. You always get woo, woo. Nasty. Nasty. Prayer hands, prayer hands. For sure. Be safe, my friend. You already know. I'm always safe and protected. I done walked in the hurricane before. I definitely walked in the hurricane before, me and my homies when we was kids. So on the way down here, boy, that wind was blowing. I said, oh hell, trees is blowing. I said, hope none of these trees got down. We already got a power line down there and shit. They need to hook up. It's in the middle of the damn road. They got it hanging from the line. Going across the street, you can see the damn line. I don't know. April, May, for sure. For sure. I'll be somewhere around there. I stay far away in the summer and the beginning of fall. Smart. That's hurricane season. Or tornadoes in hurricane season. Something like that. One of them tornado season, hurricane season. Tornado season probably. Yeah. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's why I like staying in Carolina. We don't be getting all that crazy, but we get something, but I like all the other states. I mean, knock on wood. Nah, I mean. What's up, Natuso Samalo? What's going on? Long time no see. Long time no see. My phone getting kind of foggy. Hold on, let me wipe my cap on my phone off. So look kind of Look kind of cloudy like them diamonds. My phone look kind of cloudy like them diamonds. I'm good. Trying to stay out this weather. Trying to stay out this weather. Trying to stay out this weather. Both, I'm good. I do. For sure. And you still know me, bro? Come on now. With a name like that, how I come know you? With a name like that, until you change that name, until you change that name, I will remember you. You know I got memory like an elephant. Nah, I'm playing. Like a damn elephant. With a name like that. All right, let me turn this news back on.
It's motion. But we're having a little challenging time finding a really tight couplet. We're still getting that what we would consider broad circulation down here, the southern part of that warning, and it's all heading off to the northeast a little bit, even though the polygon goes due north. But we'll probably see this new scan come in, and it's going to be significantly farther. Is it still moving to 50, Quaylen, or close to it?
That's what it looked like as of last, 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, 55. So, and that's probably going to be the way it goes through the entire next few hours. Every warning we're going to look at, that forward speed is going to be just like that. Now, even though this watch is in effect until 6 o'clock today, more than likely a lot of it's going to get whittled away a lot earlier than that. But we do have the concerns about added rainfall. Power outages, a big concern as we go throughout the day today. So if we look at all of our risks here, flash flooding is decent because of saturated ground. Once you get a quick inch and a half, a lot of that's going to be runoff and we'll get some flooding. Tornado risk, that's pretty high for us. That's the medium to high category, just right for that. River flooding, not really, but power outages, we're going to have quite a few of them here locally, more than likely. With all this saturated ground, we'll have numerous trees that do go down. So there's another shot of it. It's a narrow band, and boy, it's moving fast. All along this band is where we're going to be dealing with the strongest straight line winds and brief rotation that can spawn these tornadoes. And right now we have one active warning. Out of our viewing area, there's two more active tornado warnings. And I think we're going to see more of these as we go through time here. But the hardest thing for us, these are typically rain wrapped, hard to find, and we don't get really strong couplets. So broad circulation right now just off to the southwest of Goldston. But keep in mind, too, that it's probably now parallel to Goldston and heading up a little bit closer to the Siler City area. Could be going across 421 and headed towards 64 between Siler City and Pittsboro, if indeed that rotation can hold together. And even if it doesn't, as Quaylen was mentioning, these wind gusts are going to be pretty significant. It doesn't take a wind gust higher than that, really, with saturated ground. Okay, new scan just came in, Quaylen. So let me go ahead and switch off of that. And see if we can't get a better look. Yep, right there. So again, that broad circulation, you can see, it's kind of hard to see here. Let me get my little pointer in there and I'll show you. So we got this one, and you see these two brighter colors. So this is the one. So it's right over 421 now, and it's heading up between Siler City and Pittsboro at 55 miles an hour, just absolutely trucking along. And I'm going to go ahead and query some of the winds there. So, the winds gusting up to 60 potentially there. So easily severe thunderstorm strength, and that's going to cause probably some trees to go down.
Yeah, and I do think the movement is more northeast than north, certainly with the squall line here. The movement relative to what our models have been showing is pretty much on at this point. I expected to see more of the active weather to start building into the Triangle region towards 10, 11 o'clock this morning prior to lunchtime. So we are pretty much on target with the timing. So that is some good news. It doesn't look like it's any slower. It's apparent that it's moving 55 miles an hour and faster in some spots too. If you are north, let's say near I-85 and north, you do have rain. It is locally heavy, but we, as Steve mentioned, have one active warning in the area, and that's for western Chatham County. It includes Siler City. Those of you in the Pittsboro area, I do encourage you to head off to your safe places now. The rest of you, prepare for heavy rainfall. There is a flood advisory that has been issued. It's for Chatham County. It includes portions of Moore, Lee, also Harnett, Cumberland, and Hope counties. This goes until 1 o'clock today, and that's because minor flooding could develop in spots rather quickly with that squall line tracking through. So that's going to be another concern on top of the tornado risk. But the rainfall in general will not be what the mountains have seen. Again, we want to calm any fears about that. That's not going to be our issue today. The tornadic risk is our highest priority threat for today, and the damaging wind threat too, with power outages because of the saturated grounds. What you're seeing right now at First Alert Doppler Net is a pretty nasty line of rain and storms passing through. What Steve Stewart is showing you right now is shear tracks, and that's where we saw at some point some of the best rotation that was holding together south of our viewing area. The Weather Service has updated the tornado warning. It continues still for Chatham County until 10:15 this morning. Still looking at movement, not as quick, now down to 45 miles per hour, but listen, that's not a big change. It's still moving fast, and the bottom line is here, you need to be moving into your safe places rather quickly. So let's get back closer to the actual warned area, and that is in Chatham County. Those of you in Siler City still under the gun at this point, I want to look to see where the best rotation is showing up. Let's clear this for you and get back to where we are starting off with the best rotation. Still looks like it's best north of Goldston, just north of Goldston. As Steve mentioned, going to track somewhere between Siler City and Pittsboro. So I ultimately want to put a track on this, but right now I want to zoom down street level so that we can show you which locations are seeing some of that best rotation. And it's along Highway 421, as we mentioned, up near Highway 64. Now I want to go ahead and track this off with this movement northeast at 45 miles per hour. And once again, with the scans coming in a little slower than these storms are moving, this means that you need to be heading to your safe places sooner than later. So if you're around the Terrells area, 1014, that's where we'll likely see impacts there. You should be heading to your safe place now in Chatham County. In Chapel Hill, let's gear up for what's going to be a gusty line moving into your area with potential tornadic potential. Also around Durham, closer to around 10:30 this morning, into Butner around 10:52. That means it moves all the way from Chatham to Durham County to Granville in a matter of 50 minutes time. So again, that's just like driving down the road 55 miles per hour. And then it's going to continue pushing off north and east into central Granville County. So that's what we have right now. Meteorologist Steve Stewart and meteorologist Quaylen Murphy on air tracking Helene's impacts today. Today is our big day. It's a first alert day. It's our active day with this system. We'll continue with shower and storm and concerns for tornadoes too.
Right, yeah, I'm waiting for the new scan to come in so we can just see the position of it, how fast it's moving. And I've been zooming around looking for some tight rotation in other areas and not seeing it just yet. That's some good news. But this doesn't necessarily, just because we're not seeing tornado after tornado popping up, the wind is still pretty significant. Everywhere you see that lighter color there, that's some pretty impressive wind in general being blown out of this line right now, which is moving so fast. The entire line is moving at a high rate of speed. So just that alone, translate that down to the surface, and that just causes a very windy day, and a lot of trees potentially can be going down. Did we just get a new scan? I think no, not yet. Okay, still waiting.
Still waiting. Right now, 10:04. We are in typically Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock this morning with John Clark, Barbara Gibbs, and meteorologist Quaylen Murphy. But of course, with Helene bringing impacts to the region, we are in first alert coverage for you today. First alert day because of the risk for storms, which could be severe at times, and our potential for that severe weather continues until roughly 3 o'clock this afternoon. We could have a few hangers on maybe towards 3:30 or 4, but for the most part, the risk for severe weather will have come to an end. Right now, we do have rain and some gusty winds stretching as far north as Person County, Granville County, starting to push into portions of Mecklenburg County, Virginia. But at this point, we have one severe warned storm, a tornado warned storm right now, or at least the part of the line that's moving through Chatham County at this point. And this is still until 10:15. And what we're tracking is a very strong squall line line. It's moving between 45 and 55 miles per hour. And the area we've been concerned with over the last 25 minutes or so is over Chatham County. We still have a tornado warning for Siler City. This goes until 10:15. But we've been tracking the movement so fast. And what that means today is that the movement of these will be quick, and you need to get into your safe places pretty fast. We could see some power outages in the area too. Of course, we have team coverage across, not just here at home, but across the state, tracking the impacts from Helene. We want to get back to tracking the latest rotation right now with what we're seeing. Not overly impressive here in terms of wrapping one right now. Moving towards Highway 64 in Chatham County between Pittsboro and Siler City. At one point, we were tracking those of you around Goldston. I think if you're in the Goldston area, I still want you to stay in your safe places now because there's some really strong winds around your area at this time. I want to zoom in a little bit closer to see where we can track some more streets around here, and that's McLaurin Road, also around DeWitt Smith Road. Those of you who live nearby, you should be in your safe place. Move into your safe place has to be quick. You got to be quick today because that's how fast these are moving. So we want to track this out once again at 55, 40. We'll go with 50 miles an hour based off the latest movement. And this will be advancing north and east, so we will likely see impacts into portions of the triangle, including the Chapel Hill area. That'll be closer to 10:30 this morning, around Durham, possibly around 10:45 or so, and into the Burton area, which is Granville County at 10:52. Butner around 11 o'clock this morning as well. The picture you're seeing on the left is what a lot of locations look like this morning with rainfall. What you got, Steve?
Just new scan.
Yep, new scan. Important information. Go ahead and give it
Right,
to me.
exactly. And let me go back one to this one. So, okay, so if we're going to find it, and it's not easy to find, it would be right in this area.
Yeah.
Essentially right over Highway 64 between Siler City and Pittsboro at this time. It's weaker. If I go back to the last scan, let me move the camera just a second. So before, you could see a little bit of this, this and this, right? These two areas here. And now as we go forward in time, still a little bit there, but not nearly as much. So, and this is not surprising. This is how they spin up quickly and they can fizzle quickly, or they can come back. So generally, even though the rotation looks to be weaker, we still have to be on alert with the wind. This is a straight line wind with that, and really heavy rainfall happening. Right, that's sheets of rain coming down as we speak there. And that line stretches all the way down into Lumberton. Now, potentially, this, if you live in Rayford and Southern Pines and Laurinburg, you're in the clear from this line. And this is what we think is going to be the nastiest of the day. There might be a couple other showers in its wake later this afternoon. But I think from Laurinburg, Rayford, and Southern Pines, and most of Moore County, you can kind of do the, we're in the clear here, but not so much, from Lumberton to Fayetteville. And this line, as it bows up, is going to make it all the way into Wake County a little bit later on. And any more bowing that we get with that, any more curvature is going to cause more alarm with the potential for some more rotation.
Yeah, when we say bow, we mean the shape, the line takes the shape of like a backward C, and that's the winds are pushing out, and that could cause some more wind damage in spots too. The leading edge, essentially, of the line. That's what we're looking at. Again, 10:09 is the time. We still have one active tornado warning right now for Chatham County. If you're around Goldston, I want to see if I can relieve you of your safe place right now. You've been holding pretty tight there. And I would say yes. The best rotation now looks to be kind of north. Let's roll this back a bit. Still some gusty winds around Goldston near Highway 421. So I would say not yet. Let's stay in our safe places if you're in the Goldston area. But as Steve mentioned, anywhere along Highway 64 and Highway 421 in Chatham County, we're talking about towards the Goldston area. I'm going to give you some street names here coming up so that we can get a closer look once again. So if you're around Old US 421 South, McLaurin Road, I would say you need to still remain in your safe places. Rivers Chapel, this is Ribs Chapel Road. Also Bowers Road, Mount Vernon, Hickory Mountain Road.
Yeah, man, we ain't got
Again,
no,
this scan is already
ain't no
old,
bathroom.
Steve.
The bathroom
I mean,
It's already old.
it's already old because of the movement, and so we still want to make.
We have to guesstimate ahead of where we think that rotation potentially could be.
So with that being the case, I'm going to draw this track out a little bit farther to the north and east and take it back out at 50 miles per hour roughly. That's the speed we've been seeing. So that means into Chapel Hill potentially around 10:35. So another 20 minutes or so. Chapel Hill, you're getting rainfall heavy, but the gustier portion of this line will start to push into Chapel Hill. So impacts for the Triangle, Hillsborough area, also around Carborough to Durham. You're looking at impacts likely around 10:47 with the strongest part of that line moving in. And then Leesville around 10:53. We move into Granville County around 11 o'clock. And then into the STEM area around a little after 11 o'clock this morning. So
I got some
extra precautions today. Let's be careful out there on the roads. Wet conditions out there all around. We also have a flood advisory. This has been issued. That's where we typically see a chance for some minor street flooding. So this was issued by the Weather Service too. It incorporates a lot of counties from Chatham all the way down to portions of Eastern Moore, Lee County, Harnett County, Hope County, Cumberland until 1 o'clock today. And this is for some minor street flooding that could develop in, especially around creeks, low-lying areas, poor drainage areas too, with such heavy rainfall coming in a short amount of time.
Sometimes I need to be my own meteorologist because sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. I go on my own gut instinct. They let me know what the weather's going to be. Now, I know we got to boil our water. And I messed around last night. I forgot all about it. I was about to get me some water out the refrigerator. You know what I mean? Out the refrigerator. And I had to think about it. I said, damn, I ain't supposed to drink this damn water. Yeah, we got to boil our water. We're on a boiling, I forgot to call it, a boiling something. Yeah, we got to boil our water now. Because we had a water main break yesterday. So now they shut the schools down. No school today. I know we about to have a problem at Westover yesterday too, because they wouldn't let my daughter use the bathroom. And you know my kids are some good students. And they wouldn't let her use the bathroom, so she called my niece to come pick her up, to take her home and use the bathroom. But they had the faculty had a big old misunderstanding. So you know we had to call. It was somebody else, but it wasn't the principal or something. So you know we got pulled in the school, so you know we had to make some phone calls like can we talk to Miss such and such or Miss such and such? Put them on the phone right now. We want to know what's the problem. We never had this problem out of all 4 of these plus 8 years of my kids being in this school. So what's the problem today? Do we have a problem? Listen to everything. It is. But it ain't gonna wreck my good day. My good
Update on this.
Nashville. Okay, that is in Nashville. No surprise there.
Nope. We got an update on our tornado warning quickly. They've expired that warning for Chatham County, so that's good.
Yeah, I know. I got me some McDonald's at the house. I got me some hot cakes and sausage, orange juice. So whenever I do get back home, I will eat my breakfast. By the time I get home, it's probably gonna be lunch by the time I get back home. So I'm gonna have my brunch, my breakfast. When I get home, I'll be ready for it then. No. It's in a bottle. The orange juice is in the bottle. It's in a plastic bottle. So they didn't give me, you know what I'm saying? I guess they know since the water bad, they got the orange juice in the bottles today at McDonald's. The orange juice is in the bottle. They gave us orange juice in the bottle. Like a genie in a bottle. I got orange juice in the bottle. You gotta squeeze me the right way. I got orange juice in a bottle. You gotta squeeze me the right way. Squeeze me. Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's good. Man, it's not letting up, man. Nope, I'm at my mom's house. No, I'm at my mother's house. She's at work. So she's supposed to have these people who fix on her house come by today and do something. They're supposed to be by here at 10 o'clock, which now is 10:15. And so I didn't get a text message or nothing saying they're not coming by. So I'm going to wait to get me a text message saying if they're not coming or not. So I'm just going to thug it out until then. I haven't even been in the house yet, but y'all know I like to be outside. So I can go in the house, but I don't even want to go in the house yet. I like to know what's going on outside. I can't be in the house not knowing what's going on. You know what I mean? I gotta be out in it. Like, okay, okay. Yeah, I had to walk down here from my house. Hopefully I get my you're a street guy. Not really. Nah. I'm a house guy. I'm a house guy. Not a street guy, I'm a house guy. We kept out the house, not in the streets. Oh nah. I still take me a shower in it. Yeah, I do. I still take me a shower in this water. I'm not like I'm gonna drink the water. I'm not gonna drink the water when I'm taking a shower. Just make sure it's really, really, really hot. It gotta be really, really hot. Hey, y'all, what y'all think about me shaving my beard off? What y'all think I look like with my beard shaved off? Not my mustache, just my beard. I was thinking about that. I might shave my beard off. Just let it grow back out. But if I cut it off, I think all the grays is gonna be all grays. So I'm kind of scared to cut it off. I think I'm gonna trim my beard down. Don't shave it? Okay. Don't shave it. Baby, I said, don't shave it. Keep it. All right. Said don't. No. I think my brother edged me up, you know what I'm saying, get me cut up. I be trying to edge my own head, but you know, he was a barber. He went to barber school. He was a barber, but him. Uh-oh. I hear thunder. It's thundering. You heard that, Liz? I heard that, Liz. Hold on. I hear it. Make sure ain't no metal around. Make sure I ain't got no metal around me. I'm on wood. I'm on wood, not no metal. I'm on wood. I heard that. But that rain is getting all the way up here now. By my feet. It's all the way wet here. It's all the way wet here. Are you scared of the dark? You heard that thunder? The rumble in the jungle. The rumble in the jungle. Let me get that phone out my hand, you know what I mean? Let me take that phone out my hand, y'all. Let me sit the phone down. Maybe I should have drove down here. Maybe I should have drove down here today. Maybe I should have drove. You remember us get Johnny next time. Damn right. Cut them lights off. Cut them TVs off. Get off that damn phone. My grandma said all the time. Let the Lord do his work. He's dang on right. We couldn't be on the phone. We couldn't watch no TV. We couldn't have no lights on. Lights out. Might as well go to sleep. I'm going to sleep. If I can't have the TV on, no lights on, I can't use the phone, I'm going to sleep. Look at it now, y'all. It's dark. Best sleep ever. It's like it's getting dark too. It looking like it's about 5, 6 o'clock at night. It's morning time. God dang. Best sleep ever. You already know. Not wanting to get up for school in the morning. Not wanting to get up for school then. That rain hate. What up, man? You woke? We had a late night last night. We had a late night. I told you I go to bed late and wake up early. It's pouring, cuz. Yeah. We outside, never inside. You already know the slogan. We outside, never inside. Hurricane season. Yeah, check it out, man. Sheesh. Yeah. Yeah. Look how much water. Look at this flower pot. See all that water in there? Woo! Ah! Whoa! And it's how's as fuck. Free car wash. Let's go. Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. I should have drove my damn car down here though. I'm waiting on the people to come do something to my mama's house. I mean, they gotta do a little something inside. They're supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. They ain't here yet. It's almost 10:30. It ain't like I could just, I mean, I can, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Go home and hit my little piece of ale or something. Now we got to move back some. Now we got to move back some. I got no wax, no wax. Damn it, man. No pens either. No pens either. No wax, no pens. No wax. Oh, that shit coming over here. You know I do. And these right here these probably about 8 years old. I work in these. These my working Timbs. These my working Jordans. I work in these. I cut grass shit in here. I mean, I can still wash them up, but yeah, that's messed up when you take care. Definitely, I sure do. Yeah. That's going down. My work shoes be cooked like after a year. I say mine be about like a year and a half of mine. All I wear sandals, though. I work everything. So. See, now I don't wear no sandals. Only thing I wear my slides a lot. After I get off of work, Like ever since I started wearing slides, I don't like to put my shoes on no more. Unless it's raining. Unless it's, hell yeah. I got some slides I haven't even worn yet. I got some brand new slides I ain't even put on my feet. I probably wore them like one time, but it's like some regular new shoes. You know what I mean? It's like, you got Adidas slides? I ain't got no Adidas slides yet. I had no Adidas slides. All my slides are like Jordan slides, Nike slides. I got my White House slides. Then I got my Diamond District slides. I have some Carolina Tar Heel slides, but I don't know what those are. I gotta find those. But the Nike slides the one feel the best. They nice and cushy. I got two different kinds. The ones on the bottom look like the ones on the bottom look like like Air Force Ones, got the little round at the tip of it. Cushion real good. Nike and Adidas are comfortable, yeah. All day long. I swear I can rock this all day long. I hate when it rains. I'm like, God damn it, I got my slides on. I used to be doing DoorDash or something, slides. I worked at the restaurant, the veterans home, slides, unless it's raining. I got a wood tip. We got a wood tip today. We're not supposed to. I mean, you can wear like Crocs, but a lot of times I put my slides on. But then, like sometimes when I do be in the kitchen or something, I'm like, yeah, something might fall, some food, something like, yeah, I see why. So yeah, I do though. Not all the time. It's more comfortable like that. Yeah. But I just like walking around in my slides, you know what I mean? Only time I put my shoes on, I'm going out somewhere, out in public for a long time. Now, if I'm just going like McDonald's or somewhere to the gas station, I keep my slides on. But if I'm going to like a restaurant with the family or something, you know, I put some shoes and clothes on. Other than that, nah, we chilling. And a lot of times I just put the same stuff on in rotation. Rotation. Washing clothes, put them in rotation. I ain't got time to put no fresh shit on every day. I mean, you know, my fly shit. I put my fly shit on when I'm going somewhere. I ain't. Just want to chill at the crib. Man, this water's getting crazy right here. Hold on. It's getting kind of crazy. It's getting kind of crazy. Hell yeah. Look, it's all the way up here now. I can't get away from it. Shit. It's all the way towards me now. I'm motherfucking traveling. I can't get away from it. I can't run away from it. It's going to the drains. Man, I'm stuck. My little car ain't gonna move yet. If that car ain't moved yet, it's all good. If that little car move off that table, that's when I know the wind is strong. That car haven't moved yet. I might move it. Let me see. You might move it. Let me see. Can you see it? And move the car real quick. Let's see where the car moves. Let's see where the car moves. Damn, it's coming down. All right, let me turn this news back on. Let me turn the news back on.
Fayetteville, and at this point, not severe, but we do anticipate seeing some more spin-ups as we go through time. In Fayetteville right now, you're seeing just absolutely socked in. There are zero breaks in the clouds at all. I'm going to have to stay here, guys, because of my clicker. So severe thunderstorm. Warning is just south of Fayetteville on that line, but you can see where the rain is continuing to move up. There is a tornado warning north of the Triad and lifting northward. That is away from us at this point in time. Take you through time. There's Friday midday. We get the rounds of some heavy rainfall, and that pushes all the way up to around Roanoke Rapids, and that is the severe line we're watching. Although some of the models, and this is a high-resolution rapid refresh model, does develop a few more cells, and if these are discrete, meaning individual cells, they could rotate as well between 3 and say 6 p.m. So it doesn't necessarily mean we're out of the woods just yet, although the risk is going to be lower than that we're seeing right now with this line coming on through. A level 3 risk. We don't get that often of having severe weather. And that's from Fayetteville, Clinton, Goldsboro, and Wilson, and everybody else in a level 2 risk. The tornado watch stays in effect until 6 p.m. It will get whittled away more than likely in our western counties before 6 o'clock. But the flood watch is in effect, but we have a newly flood warning, Quaylen. That's in Fayetteville there and into Harnett County where you see that red flashing. So these warnings mean flooding is happening or it's imminent, right? So poor drainage areas, typical flood-prone areas, and then you factor in the wind. Gusts at 35 to 45 miles an hour. It doesn't take a lot to knock a tree down. These are the gusts so far, and we've got a ways to go. We're going to see that gusted RDU go higher before the day is done. And anytime we have gusts that high in saturated soil, and you know we're saturated. I mean, we've had so much rain up to this event, and now we're going to add a quick inch to maybe 2 inches on top of that. Trees can be going down, so power outages potentially a pretty big concern. We're not getting the rain that they had in the mountains. This is catastrophic when you have this much rainfall. Right now, Doppler estimates in the last 5 days, upwards of a foot to 15 plus inches. Where you see that whiter shade, that's just incredible amounts of rainfall. It has nowhere to go. It's just coming down. The creeks and streams are way over their banks right now, so the flooding, you're concerned there. Back to home for us. Flash flooding, I'll put in a medium risk because of saturated ground. We typically can handle 1 to 2 inches without too much of a problem, but not when the soil's already saturated. Tornado risk for us, that